Um, I was sexually abused for several years when I was younger, and I never told anyone because it's just not something that comes up, and my family's not an open family. We don't talk about our feelings. You especially don't talk about bad things that happen to you. And so I always just was the funny kid. Like, nobody ever questions the kid that's smiling and joking in the back of the class to see if they're depressed, because that kid's obviously the happy one. If you go around life with a big smile on your face, everyone assumes things are great. But when I turned about 16, I just kind of couldn't hold the smile anymore. I started crying randomly and not understanding what was going on. I'd have, well, now I know it was anxiety attacks and panic attacks where I literally thought I was dying. My heart was going to jump out of my chest. I was going to throw up and pass out all at the same time for no reason. And so I had to start talking to people about this, and it is so hard to find someone to talk to about issues that you don't even understand. I talked to a school counselor and they got scared, and they told me they were going to lock me in a psych ward, and I was like, nope, I'm good. I lied. No, I'm fine. I never wanted to cause problems with my problems. Like, I always felt like I was somebody's burden because of what had happened to me, and I wasn't strong enough to deal with it on my own when I shouldn't be. I was a kid. I'm still a kid. Like, when you're 16, you don't know what's going on with your life. When you're 5 and being abused by your brother, you don't know that that's wrong. And when they tell you in school that these things happen, you just need to talk to an adult and everything's going to be better, it's not like that. When I told, my family didn't believe me. My friends got scared. Some of them stopped talking to me. I had to move out of my house. My sister didn't talk to me for 2 years. And I thought everything would get so much better when I told. I thought I would be a huge weight out of my life. I'd be able to sleep again, but nothing. It was the year after I told. 2 years were 2 of the worst years of my life. And suicide came up countless times. I've written 3 separate suicide notes, and it just, nothing seemed to help. And the only thing that did is that I knew if I killed myself that my friends would have to deal with that. And I couldn't put that pain on somebody else, because I know at the time it's so hard to find help for someone if you're like that. I went through probably 15 or 16 different counselors that I found myself, not through anybody else. And most of them I didn't like. They felt fake. They felt like they were reading facts to me from a book, and I would go to one appointment and be like, yeah, I'm totally coming back, and just never go back. Like, there's people trying to help, but they're going about it in a bad way. I then got referred to a doctor who gave me medicine that messed up my heart, and I ended up in a hospital for a week, and I'm no longer allowed medication of any kind because I'll die. And which is scary, because then I lost all hope that I don't have anything. If medicine's not going to help me, what's going to help me? They keep telling me I'm sick, but I can't take pills to make it better. What do you do? And I ended up, actually through my church, I got a counselor who was amazing, and I just clicked with her right away. And she got me onto a naturopath who, I wasn't allowed anything that would affect my heart, so I started taking herbal remedies, and it made me feel so much better. It took time. I'm still not better. Every day you have struggles. It's never the same. It's a different pain now. It's pain I can handle better, but it's still there. I can still go into a darker place, but I know what to do. I know I need to talk. And that was the biggest thing. I didn't want to talk. I hate when people feel sorry for you. It's just a horrible feeling. I feel guilty. I shouldn't. You never should. If you need help, get help. Go talk to somebody. But it took a lot for me to do it. And now I do know when it's like that, you have to go. You need to talk. Find somebody who's not going to freak out when you talk to them, and just vent. You don't need a solution. You just need to be able to talk. There's a huge stigma. My family is one of the biggest examples. When I told them, like, I was checked out by a doctor, I was told I was clinically depressed. I had really high anxiety and I had bipolar tendencies. And my family just like swept that under the rug. Like, you're just feeling a little down, you're fine. Like, they didn't even want to believe me about my abuse. They told me that voices were making it up in my head. And I'm like, no, these things happened. I know nobody wants to talk about it. I know you don't want to be the person with it. You don't want to be the family related to the girl who's crazy because she's depressed. But you have to understand it's a problem. I'm not making it up. Nobody makes that up. Something is wrong and you need help to get better. It's like a sickness. You're not going to get better with cancer by sitting in your bedroom and pretending it's not happening. You go to a doctor, you find help, you talk to people, and you deal with your problems.